Hi, this is Shannon. I want to talk about young family planning and what are the important things that you should be planning for if you are a young family with minor children. The first thing is establishing guardians for your kids so that if the two of you, both parents, became incapacitated or died, you would have an agreement on who should serve as the guardians to care for your kids and take custody of your children. It's a good idea for both estate plans to have the same person or people designated. You also want to back up in case those people can't serve or unwilling to do so. You want to talk to them about it. And I always like to think about what if one person in the couple wasn't available. So if they got divorced or they died, let's say it was your sister and her husband, and husband died. Would you still want sister to have guardianship of your children on her own? So that would be the question. And then you want the two wills to agree with that. Even if you guys are divorced, it's good to have that agreement and even to talk about it, because having a fight over that issue is traumatic for the minor or the minors, and it's just unnecessary if the two of you can agree on that. That's amazing. I also like to name a trustee of a testamentary trust if you have a will-based plan, and that can also be considered like a standby trust. And those would be trusts that hold the assets for the minor's benefit. And even when the minor turns 18, the assets can stay inside of that standby trust or that testamentary trust until such time as the trustee believes the minor is able to manage the assets themselves. And that can be a little bit longer for children in this situation because they've lost both their parents, and the trauma of that can create some difficulties for them kind of taking over those independent types of jobs. I've seen that myself. So, picking someone to be the trustee of the assets might be someone different than the actual guardians of your minor children. So, you might want to separate those jobs because for obvious reasons. We want to have a little bit of a check and balance there. And of course, pick people who have good financial management and maybe even a professional, depending on how much money we're talking about, if that makes financial sense for you guys. A will or a trust, naming guardians, having a testamentary trust inside of it or a standby trust, and then also make sure you have good term life insurance. Make sure that you have a designation of healthcare surrogate, a living will, and of course, my favorite, a durable power of attorney. Because if one of you is in the car accident and the other one is incapacitated, and one dies and one is alive but incapacitated, we need the ability to manage your finances without setting up a guardianship. So the power of attorney becomes very important. Okay, those are the most important documents for a young family, and I hope it's helpful to you.
You see her? She's not very big, but she's very beautiful.